yours and mine, and we need it. Together we're moving on into the future. Whoa. Together we're like a tree with deep, strong roots, yeah. Whoa. Together let's plant the seeds and pick the fruits, yeah. So it's you and me in unity, and this is our country. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people's spotlight ship and the love is here to stay now. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people partnership and the love is here to stay now. Together we will fight, they can't put out this life. It's 5 more years to go. To finish what we start, come help us clear the path. It's 5 more years to go. With God and country first, oh God bless no man curse. It's 5 more years to go. All this progress is a must to first world nation state. It's 5 more years to go. Yeah. Well, 2015. There's something in the air that's calling me. Something I can't hear nor can I see or touch, but I feel it. Come love. The future and the past become entwined. I look around and feel a sense of pride. This nation is yours and mine, and we need it. Together we're moving on into the future. Whoa. Together we're like a tree with deep, strong roots, yeah. Whoa. Together let's plant the seeds and pick the fruits, yeah. So it's you and me in unity, and this is our country. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people's spotlight ship and the love is here to stay now. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people partnership and the love is here to stay now. Together we will fight, they can't put out this life. It's 5 more years to go. To finish what we start, come help us clear the path. It's 5 more years to go. With God and country first, oh God bless no man curse. It's 5 more years to go. All this progress is a must to first world nation state. It's 5 more years to go. Cause I say forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people's spotlight ship and the love is here to stay now. Prepare the way, prepare the way. Yes, we're preparing the way to a better, brighter day. Now prepare the way, prepare the way. Because the people partnership and the love is here to stay. Cause I say forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, it's you and me together. Forward ever, backward never. Building a new TNT, the partnership forever. Kamla 2015, the People's Partnership. Boom! partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years to the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of past and disaster, 5 more years. 5 more years of brighter future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Rowley, I hear you're lying so much. Then change your name now to Rowley Maharaj. When BNM rule this country, it must think with money. They spend it recklessly and break the economy. They give up to all the hat, first they feel this should be me. Now election coming back, they try to frighten me. That's why on election day, 7 September, we gonna vote in PNM. We not vote in PNM, cause if we vote for them, we gonna be in real problems. 5 more years to the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years to the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years for past and disaster, 5 more years. 5 more years for brighter future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Go study Dr. Rowley. That man like he going crazy. His power he finding so. Lying to Trinbago. He bring out the email gate. All the things he fabricated. Hungry for power to be Prime Minister. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not voting PNM. Oh, we not voting PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years to the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years to the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years of past and disaster, 5 more years. 5 more years of brighter future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Hey, Rowley, go lick the old man phone. It'll lick a drop of me phone. Dr. Rowley was acting wild. He whining on a little child. The raging bull, why not she? The media and the whole world see. That man is a real disgrace. That man is a total waste. Rowley only playing the game. That's why he should break a jail. That's why on election day, 7 September, we not voting PNM. Oh, we not voting PNM. Cause if we vote for them, we gon' be in real problems. 5 more years to the partnership, yes, 5 more years. 5 more years to the Prime Minister, 5 more years. 5 more years of past and disaster, 5 more years. 5 more years of brighter future, 5 more years. Drop a bunch from me, you voted figure. 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 Rowley, mind your mouth, twist like Ramesh, you know I find you lying. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Monday, 7 September. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for? Partnership. Make sure I remember
26 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock.
Monday, 7 September. Monday, 7
Welcome to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator.
Who you voted for? What's that disaster? Who you voted for?
massive go sign.
Make sure I remember.
The election road march.
Monday, 7th September.
I tell you people, all roads lead to the Arangwa Savannah this Saturday. And let me tell you people, I'll be your host
From the hill
at the Arangwa Savannah.
to the plains of Garoni. We must thank
One of the biggest rally
for all they did for we.
ever to take place in the history of TNT.
Much all we country. Look around and you will see how they build back the
Well, you know me as usual, I'm going to storm that rally.
7th September. We not for this PNM.
Because at the end of the day, I am on PNM,
Cause it be
but I am going to storm that rally.
real problems. I for yes.
Nah, I ain't going in. I do like other people.
I for
We ain't going up in the east up there. We ain't going up there at all.
I for yes. Some pattern be says some I for yes. I for yes. I'm like a future. I for yes.
All of we heading to the Arangwa Savannah.
Come back from me, you voted figure. Come back from me, you voted figure. Come back from me, you voted.
Well, I met so much people yesterday.
You're lying so much. And change your
I met so much of my PNM friends. Let me say good afternoon to all my PNM friends who say Gladiator.
yeah, them.
We going Arangwa Savannah, you know.
It must think it must.
Don't call my name on the radio.
Yes, man.
No, I would not call your names, people. I would not do that at all.
Break.
I know some of you cannot take the kind of
They want to
radio bullying
feel this stupid.
and Facebook bullying.
Come here back. They're trying to frighten me.
You know what let us do on Facebook?
7th September. We gonna vote yes, yeah.
I have deleted, when I say deleted, I have deleted or block.
We gonna be in.
No, not deleted, but block
I for yes. The partnership.
a lot of people who feel that they could come on Facebook,
The Prime Minister. I for
on Gladiator's profile and Gladiator's page and feel they could bully the Gladiator. A bunch of low life. You know, when they check all of them, a bunch of low life.
voted figure. Come back from me, you voted figure. Come back from me, you voted.
It tells some of them I leave them there because they want to marco my business. Understand? So I leave them there. I ain't block them as yet. But in due course, I'm going to block them. Because once they start to become disrespectful,
Don't stop.
I'm blocking them.
Holy.
You know, if radio stations could have been like Facebook,
Crazy.
you know,
Why he fighting so?
you have a button just to block certain sycophants who don't make sense at all. They just rah, 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 rah.
Prime Minister.
They only want to hear
Hey.
people call on radio and curse the Prime Minister.
Oh, we not voted PNM. Cause
That's what they want to hear, you know.
we gonna be in real problems.
They only want to hear people call on the radio station, curse up the Prime Minister, curse she say all manner of nasty things against the Prime Minister. But they want to find all reasons, all arguments to justify why it should have no other view on this radio station. Every radio station have those who are advocating and prosecuting the matters on behalf of their respective party. Here it is, I am not a PPP member. I'm a member of the People's National Movement Party. And I am just doing one thing, which is reaching out to thousands of people who are coming to understand that the bareback leader is unfit to be Prime Minister. And they're having a problem with that with the Gladiator. You hear what Massive Go Sign saying? You hear what Massive Go Sign saying? By the way, let me remind you, this Sunday, people, from 1 o'clock all the way to 7 o'clock. Yes, from 1 o'clock all the way to 7 o'clock. A special edition of the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator. I tell you, people, it's going to be something else. Bombshells after bombshells. So remember this Sunday, people, bombshell after bombshell. Yesterday I was in a very important meeting. I could not even answer calls at all. The meeting was so powerful. I can't drop that information right now. But let me read the gospel. Let me read the gospel according to the leader of the People's National Movement Party. From the hills of Lavandi, to the plains of... Wait, now, before I read that. Yeah, before I read that, let me play something here because, you know, long time I want to play that.
Let me tell you something today, you know. Because let me tell you something, I know Bill Francis, I know Kojo, I know Chris Bulls, I know everybody. And me and plenty of them brothers, we eat together, we sleep together, we do wickedness together. I ain't ashamed to say that.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM. Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM. Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
Tell us something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM. Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
Three minutes going up to the hour of 1 o'clock. And let me read the gospel according to the leader of the People's National Movement Party, Rowley. When you are in public life, you are not immune to allegations. In fact, you attract allegations. You cannot help that. It is par for the course. It is part of the vineyard in which we labor. However, how we respond to these allegations is what is going to determine who we are, what we are, whether in fact the allegations have been properly dealt with. Even if the allegations are frivolous, once you hold office, you are duty bound to respond, and to respond effectively and truthfully. Our people are not unreasonable. Our people, in fact, likes to defend the underdog. And if allegations are made against you, they give you the opportunity to clear your name, not only in the court of law, but in the court of public opinion, sometimes to a fault. In today's newspaper, in one of the dailies, the Express, and it speaks about an election-oriented video that depicts opposition leader Dr. Keith Rowley as a practitioner of obeah has been condemned as racist by the Emancipation Support Committee. Chairman of the Emancipation Support Committee, Kafa Kambon, said in a media release yesterday that the committee was shocked and appalled at the anti-Rowley video, which has been aired on national television and is making the rounds on social media. The United National Congress, which is itself engaged in the anti-Rowley, that's what it's saying, exercise, has since denied any connection to the video. The words are selectively inserted to imply the use of a traditional African belief system, obeah, to harm those he opposes, and specifically casts the village of Leketo in Tobago in a negative light, Kambon said. Let me tell Kafa Kambon, who just suddenly wake up, Let me take out my... What racist talk are you talking about, Kambon? Let me play this for Kafa Kambon. And I want Kafa Kambon to hear this very carefully. Because it seems as though he does not know who uttered this statement here. Let's hear it, Capman.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto.
Now, Kafa Cambon, you know the Gladiator very well. And when it comes to African cultural occasion, the Gladiator is always there. For that matter, everybody knows. Every year, the Gladiators lead a procession of African people all the way up to the savannah. Everybody knows that. This man, this Tobagonian, this bareback leader, this Rowley, he went at Pigot's Corner and he was the first person to raise the issue of Lekoto. He raised it. And he knew what he was saying when he raised that matter. He knew what he was saying when he raised the issue of Lekoto. Because he deliberately wanted to attack Patrick Manning and wanted to send a message to all and sundry. All you see the condition of Patrick Manning? Don't mess with me. And I am making this statement plain and simple because we are intelligent people. I want you to hear how the woman, the people in the audience, they applaud, they praise this bareback leader. They thank him when he uttered, when he vomit, when he defecate on the platform that he from Mason Hall and Mason Hall close to Lekoto. For Cameron, we all know of the witch, the legacy, the traditional story of the witch of Lekoto who flew from Lekoto to Africa. We all know of the science and the practice, the occultism that has been practiced in Lekoto. And let me tell you this, Cameron, and let me tell you foolish people, Obia is a science used for good and evil. Call me a racist now. I Gladiator saying that. Obia is used for good and evil. There are some people, when they partake in the necromancy and they partake in the dark arts and they read the 6 and 7 books of Moses, they read the keys of Solomon, the 7 keys of Solomon, they read the higher and the lower and the middle level keys of Solomon. They also partake of a book, Making Pact with the Devil. It's a book that shows you how to engage in all kind of necromancy. What happened to you? Yes, Obia is an African tradition, but Obia is used for good and evil. Let's hear this man again. Let's hear this man.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Speaking there, Kafo Kambon. Who is he referring to? Kafo Kambon. Well, it seems as though you all don't know who he's referring to. Well, if you do not know, the Prime Minister that terminated the appointment of Patrick Manning, of Rowley, was Patrick Manning. And Manning did not put him out of the cabinet because of Calder. This leader have gone on a platform lying to the public. Manning put him out of cabinet because of his behavior. Because of his wajang behavior. You all must get all the facts. I listened to the Aisha program this morning, and I say, boy, I sympathize with Tunapuna. How they coming on hard on the lady. But you don't worry about them, Tunapuna. Almighty God is with you. There are those who claim that are your friends. They are not your friends. They are very treacherous. But let me come back. And I heard a gentleman calling and say, Gladiator has been spreading propaganda against Keith Rowley. Gladiator has been lying against the leader of the PNM. I just been lying against the leader of the PNM. I made it bold on this radio station that the leader of the PNM party lusted after a teenage girl. That teenage girl some years back goes by the name of Rosalind Allen. He even had sexual intercourse with a teenage girl. He exercised an error of judgment in committing the act, failing to understand that teenage pregnancy is not good for a young girl who is going to school. When a man like Rowley could exercise bad judgment as an adult, as a hardback man, by the way, bareback man, and could lust after a teenage girl in the late 60s and went on to have sexual intercourse with that same teenage girl, impregnate the teenage girl, cause her to be a child. You didn't ask her to have abortion. No, you didn't do that at all. You didn't ask the girl to have an abortion. How can we entrust this man with power when the same leader exercises bad judgment? He acts very recklessly. He went by Pigot's Corner and talked about Lekito. happened to you, Cambon? You acting as though you don't know what the man is speaking about. You're not condemning the man for his statement at all. That statement is what gave rise to the advertisement on television. Let's hear the statement again.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet.
Damn liar. You was not put out of cabinet because of that. Blasted liar. I have it here. And I read it out. You trying to make the former leader of the PNM party a liar? Patrick Manning? But I read it out to people yesterday. And let me read it out here because this thing going on for too long. I'm going to play this thing again, and I'm going to read to the listening public what Patrick Manning said and the reason Patrick Manning gave for terminating the appointment of Rowley as a minister. Let's hear, let's listen to this liar, this evil liar. Let's hear him again.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
But you know what? Before I go into this response here of Patrick Manning, because this man is listening to the lie. Patrick Manning, let me say good afternoon to you, former Prime Minister, my leader, my true leader of the PNM party, Patrick Manning. But let me play this man here. Yeah, because I had to deal with him, I come in for him, Let me play this man here, and then I'm coming back to Rowley. Let me hear what this man saying.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
What did he say? Let me hear it one more time.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
Nah, Gladiator, nah. I think you're imitating his voice. Let's hear what he say again.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
Wait. Gladiator, you know what you're playing? You hearing what that man saying? Let me hear it one more time.
Every crook in this country, every drug dealer, every kidnapper, every vagrant is a product of the PNM.
I'll come back for you. But let me deal with this man who talk and boast about Lekito. Let's hear this man who talk and boast, this consummate liar.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekito. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it.
Yeah, you're the balling. You're applauding.
You remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Why it is you lying to the people and telling the people that the reason why you was put out of the cabinet is because of the issue with Calder Hart and Utica? Why you lying? You lied with the email gate. Yes, you. You lied with the email gate. This man at his residence down in San Fernando, not interfering with the election campaign at all. Patrick Manning, he has not uttered a word. But you have to rub salt on the wound. And now when the Lekito zombie coming back at you, you're running and opening your mouth on platform about Lekito ad. It's you give them the weapon to attack you. You making statements in public, but nobody must make it an issue at all. What the hell wrong with you, boy? You feel he is God? You feel he is Almighty God? That you have to go to the extent to lie? It is because of your behavior. It is because of your behavior. The former Prime Minister couldn't stand it anymore. He couldn't stand your behavior. And that is why he put you out of the cabinet. You must tell the people the truth. Tell them the truth. But we have sports news. So I'll go into the sport news and I'm coming back for you. Blasted liar.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekito. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Minutes, 60 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock. Before I start to expose this liar who wants to be our country's next prime minister, let me play over that clip. You know, you need to hear it from the horse's mouth. But I know all of us go wait for Aisha program and tell Aisha, Glady, he lying on me, leader. He lying. Let me play over that part.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekito. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Eighteen minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock. Now, citizens of the Republic, I always tell people that when I come on radio, I just do blah, 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 talk because I want to hear my voice. I do my research. I like to have black and white. So them police officers who drinking by a bar, drinking rum and scotch by a bar, and they don't like what Gladiator saying. All the better don't let me come there and find out and take out pictures and video of all the drinking by the bar. Don't be sending Gladiator message that all they like what Gladiator saying. Stop drinking scotch and whiskey and rum by the bar. Go back to work. Anyway. Some people might forget, or might have forgotten, it was in 2008 when this liar who lied on the platform and said that he was fired because of Calder Hart and the Utica issue. That is not true. The man is a stranger to the truth, and every little chance he gets to engage and utter a lie, he does it. Because many of you people out there who listening to Rowley don't have the time to go and do your research. In the year 2008, on the 25th of April, there was a headline in the Newsday: Wajang, hooligan, unacceptable. Here it is. According to the story by Sean Douglas, it was a Friday. And let me read for the sake of the listening public to know the truth, because he's trying this man. I mean, say, this thing happened since 2008. 2008. And that man still holding grudge, still holding hate for Patrick Mann. You know, you see people, why this man cannot be prime minister at all? Because anytime he becomes prime minister, he would be on a witch hunt. I know for sure Gladiator would be on the list. My name will be on the list. I know that. A matter happened since 2008. And that man still find time and energy to raise the matter on a platform. But let me tell people the truth. According to the story, Prime Minister Patrick Manning yesterday said he fired Diego Martin West MP Dr. Keith Rowley as Minister of Trade and Industry over alleged unruliness in a meeting of a subcommittee of cabinet. Let me continue to read. Manning hosted a much anticipated one-man post-cabinet news conference yesterday at Whitehall after Wednesday's dramatic relocation of Rowley to the opposition backbench in Parliament, revealing his firing earlier. This is Patrick Manning explaining why he fired Rowley. Manning alleged that Rowley had behaved badly 2 Mondays ago at a meeting of Cabinet's Finance and General Purpose Committee to discuss the Petroleum Arts Academy being built at the Princess Building grounds following presentation by the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, Chairman Calder Hart, and University of Trinidad and Tobago, Chairman Professor Ken Julian. Manning said the meeting became fairly contentious, and Rowley requested the chairman of the subcommittee, Dr. Lenny said, to ask all public servants to leave the room, which they did. This is what Rowley did. He requested all public servants to leave the room, which they did. But let me continue. Manning said he is not a member of the committee. And I'm speaking about the Finance and General Purpose Committee. And was not present at the meeting. I want the public to listen very carefully. It is my information that he, Dr. Rowley, proceeded in the most atrocious fashion to prosecute a case. It has been described as a tirade, and it went on for over 5 minutes. Manning said the matter came to his attention last Thursday, and people I'm speaking about in the year 2008 in the month of April, when he told Cabinet he was probing and would soon report to them his findings. Yesterday morning, according to the story, which was the Wednesday, I called Dr. Rowley to explain to him my findings of that investigation and to give him a chance to put over his side of the story. Let me read over that part. Yesterday morning, referring to Wednesday, I called Dr. Rowley in to explain to him what my findings were of that investigation and to give him a chance to put over his side of the story. I tell him Manning is a fair man. Patrick Manning is a fair man. Natural justice. Don't hear one side, hear both sides of the story. He categorically denied any wrongdoing. That is Rowley. Rowley categorically denied any wrongdoing, arguing that he had in fact taken issue with some aspect of the matter that was being discussed. He prosecuted the case vigorously, and at no time did he believe he had crossed the bounds of propriety. That is Rowley. Manning said afterwards, he decided to speak to some ministers who had been in the meeting, but did not speak to all because he wanted to protect the identity of those to whom he spoke. Full stop. One minister comment was that Dr. Rowley was totally out of line. His attitude was uncalled for, and his attitude was unbecoming of a senior cabinet minister. It wasn't about Calder Hart and Udicut. Let me read what the minister said. One minister's comment was that Dr. Rowley was totally out of control. His attitude was uncalled for, and his attitude was unbecoming a senior cabinet minister. Manning said a second minister said it was wajang behavior. A third minister described it as hooligan behavior. A fourth minister described it as unacceptable behavior. And the fifth minister said, I took no offense. let's hear this liar. Let's hear what this liar is saying at Pigot's Corner. Let's hear the liar.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calderhart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
No, the person never regretted it at all. The person who put you out took issue with your behavior. You have no behavior. Cabinet ministers complain about your behavior. It was not about the issue of Calderhart. It wasn't the issue about Utica. It was the behavior, it was the way you conducted yourself. At the sub-cabinet committee. Why are you not telling the people the truth? I have the papers right here before me. This is what Patrick Manning said in the lower house of parliament in the year 2009. And this matter here happened since 2008. And that man still holding hate and spite for Patrick Manning. That you go on a stage and bragging about Obia from Leketo. Look what happened to Patrick Manning. Look what happened to him. All because he put you on the fire, you. Terminate your service. Or let's see what happened to him. He got a stroke. And you proud about that. You tap yourself on the back and say, ah boy, I do for him. You see, don't trouble me, you know, because I born in Mason Hall, and all I know that next to Mason Hall is Leketo. I'm a Obia man. That's the message. That is the message. Look what happened to Patrick Manning. That's the message.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calderhart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Patrick Manning took issue over your behavior. Damn liar.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calderhart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it. I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Liquor 2. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. Remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calderhart and Utica. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
How is one to interpret what you said on that platform? An ordinary man in the street listening to you. One, my understanding is, don't mess with me at all. Because I come in for you. And if I had to go to Lekito to come for you, I'm going to Lekito to come for you. Two, I'm a Tobagonian. I grew up in Mason Hall. And you see Lekito, where it is known for all type of occult practices. All you know that close to my place, that close to Mason Hall. And all you don't see what happened to the man who put me out of cabinet. All you see what happened to Patrick Manning. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. All you don't see what happened to Patrick Manning for putting me out of cabinet. He regretted it. I mean to say, why you have to mount a platform and mention Lekito? We are in an election season. People want to hear about policies. What is the PNM policies? What are the programs? What have you? A man who is still trying to recuperate from a severe stroke. You still have to take issues with that man over an incident that took place since 2008. 2008? You that spiteful, boy? You that evil? Then rather than you say a prayer on a platform and pray for Manning to recover, you ought to tell people on a platform, you see me, Rowley? You see me? Don't play with me, you know. When people try to mess with me, I just do for them, you know. I just go to Lekito. Because Lekito very close to where I born from, you know. I born in Mason Hall. And Lekito very close, Mason Hall close to Lekito. You see what happened to the man who put me out of cabinet? He regretted it. That is the message. That is the message. You an Obia man. That is the message. And you expect Gladiator to vote for you after what you have done and say about Patrick Manning? You expect plenty PNM people who listening to this clip expect to put God out of their mind and vote for a man who is expressing joy over the conditions of the former leader of the PNM party? You go on the platform and you lie, giving people the wrong impression as to why they put you out of cabinet, why Patrick Manning fired you. You're not talking the truth. I have it right here. This is what Patrick Manning is saying in the newspaper. I called Dr. Rowley. I called Dr. Rowley in to explain to him what my findings were of that investigation and to give him a chance to put over his side of the story. Because the man was getting complaints about your behavior. He categorically denied any wrongdoing. So there you go on technicality. He denied any wrongdoing. arguing that he had in fact taken issue with some aspects of the matter that was being discussed. He prosecuted the case vigorously, and at no time did he believe he had crossed the bounds of propriety. This is what Rowley telling Patrick Manning. Manning said afterwards he decided to speak to some ministers who had been in the meeting, and people, we had to bear in mind, Patrick Manning stated clear he was not in the meeting. But Patrick Manning, as a fair person, he wants to hear both sides of the story. So he called in Rowley, he listened to Rowley, and then he listened to other ministers who were complaining about the behavior of Rowley. Why didn't you tell the people the truth at Pagot's Corner? Manning said afterwards he decided to speak to some ministers who had been in the meeting, but did not speak to all because he wanted to protect the identity of those who he spoke to. In other words, Patrick Manning didn't go to cause no backing and no confusion. He spoke to other cabinet ministers who were there in the meeting, who reported to Patrick Manning about the behavior of Rowley. More than 3 cabinet ministers reported about the behavior of Rowley. It was not about the issue of calling the hat and the cut. It was about his behavior. Good Lord, man. One minister commented that Rowley was totally out of line. His attitude was uncalled for, and his attitude was unbecoming a senior cabinet minister. This is what one of the ministers had to say about you, Rowley. Why you lying on Patrick Manning? Stop lying on Patrick Manning. It is the ministers who were there in the meeting reported to Patrick Manning about your behavior. Manning said a second minister said it was a wajang behavior. A third minister described it as hooligan behavior. A fourth minister described it as unacceptable behavior. And a fifth minister said, I took no offense. These are cabinet ministers complaining about your behavior. Patrick Manning as Prime Minister cannot tolerate that kind of behavior in cabinet as a senior person. And that is why your appointment was terminated, because of your behavior. But let me continue. You see, you just want to go on platform and you just want to lie. You just want to lie. Now you remember you. Yes, you. You. Blasted liar. Going on a platform and lying about what happened at the cabinet. Oh, Patrick Manning threw you out because you took issue with Collat. It was not about the issue with Collat. I have the handset right here. But time going. And I want to take some calls before I finish here because it's about 10 minutes to the hour. Let me continue. You remember recently, you went on a platform and you attacked Anika Gums. Do you remember that, Rowley? And they say it was all part of the no campaign against you. Yes, you said that. And they said it was all a set of lies. I tell you this Sunday I have some bombshell to drop. But let me ask you a question, Rowley. I receive in my mailbox some telephone records. You know, you just receive email gate in your mailbox. I receive some telephone records in my mailbox. And I am seeing some time telephone calls were made. Let me ask you a question, Rowley, because remember I told you I wanted to come here on a one-on-one with me. Did you ever make any telephone calls, or was there any telephone conversation with you and Anika Gums at the period 39 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning? Let me repeat it again. At 39 minutes after 1 o'clock, earlier morning, did you make any phone calls? Or did Anika Gums make any phone calls to you? I'm asking a question. Because you said the woman lying on you. You said the woman lying on you, but yet you can't sue the woman up to now. Let me ask another question here. Because you notice I have not mentioned the dates at all. I have not mentioned the dates. On Sunday, I am going to mention the dates and the telephone records of telephone calls back and forth between yourself and Anika Gums, and I want answers. Because you went on a platform, and the way how you spoke on that platform, Anika Gums was lying. But somebody mailed to Gladiator a list of telephone records. I am seeing a cell number. And if Gladiator's lying, let me give you a hint. I'm seeing a Digicel number. I would not mention that number because that is your private number. I would not do that on national radio. I would not do that. But I'm investigating an allegation levied against you. I want to know the truth. And you would have heard me reading out the gospel of you on the question of allegations. I want to know if at 1:39 a.m. a telephone conversation took place between you and Anika Gums in the wee hours of the morning. I ain't calling the name of that date. I'm not doing that at all. But Sunday coming, more shall be revealed. Because you mentioned about Anika Gums is lying on you and trying to slander you. Like you. You got email gates? Well, I got telephone calls, telephone records. So, I'm like a whistleblower, ready to blow the whistle. 622-9154, 628-1158. Good afternoon, caller.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. Call back, Santa Cruz. Good afternoon, caller.
Afternoon, Gladiator. I can't wait for Sunday. It's been a terrible Sunday, boy. This man, I do like the people's nest.
You hear the time I mentioned on the day?
Yeah, I hear the time real. Right now, I can't wait for Sunday.
Thank you.
Like I'm telling you, Steve Rowley has bring the people's national movement to the lowest. All the hard work, Eric Williams and all the different gentlemen who are still alive and who passed on putting this party. This man has brought this political party to the lowest of the lowest. So one of the oldest political party in the Caribbean region. He always has disgrace the people's national movement.
Thank you.
Love to listen Sunday.
Good afternoon.
Gladiator,
I got documents into my mailbox. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Gladiator. I can't wait for money to vote.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gladiator Belmont here.
Yes, Belmont.
What a revelation. So, as I know it, that you, when you recognize that number, you must know who it is. Because you are in the
And I am seeing the name.
look at that. Look at that.
I am seeing the name.
This man is so
I am seeing the cell phone number. It is a digital cell. I'm not going to mention the number at all.
Thank you, but you must know it.
Black and white.
Because you are in charge of these people. But this man is so dumb, he's using his own, so he goes to somebody use the phone.
Tell me this.
You tell me, when was Sunday?
Thank you. Good afternoon. You mount a platform. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gladiator. Gideon Satan.
Gideon Satan? You calling Satan and Gladiator? What happened to all you? That is my brother. Satan is my brother. In the book of Job, there was a time when the sons of God came before the Lord. And Almighty God asked Satan, where hast thou comest from? And Satan told the Lord, I have been thrown for the earth. And Almighty God held a conversation with Satan. You telling me what get the hand, Satan? Man, all go back and read all the Bible, all I know the hell, all the dealing with the water. I told you, I always pray to the gods above and the gods of the underworld. I want you, Rowley, to tell me whether you had a telephone conversation with Anika Gams at 1:39 a.m. in the morning. Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gladiator. Gladiator, I can't see how people could call to defend Rowley, boy.
Thank you. Afternoon, caller. But I'm telling you, people, Sunday, from 1 to 7, tell all and sundry, it's going to be a big day. And I want Faris Alwari, I want Stuart Young, all his lawyers. Gladiator ain't no lawyer at all. All his practicing lawyers, all who know more law than Gladiator. Get your recording and record me. What's your name doing on this list here? On Sunday, the public will know of other periods of time. But today, I just mentioning one part. 1:39 a.m. That is after 12 o'clock in the night. What was the conversation? I feel if I get too vexed this evening, I might drop something, I might drop something this evening, Don't get me vexed until this evening I'm out of here.